So last weekend it was once again time to go to the London gaming market, and it was also my birthday, so I picked up some really exciting things to treat myself to the special occasion, and I really can't wait to get into it all in this week's episode. Let's get started. So, unlike usual, I didn't actually manage to get much footage from the event because it was incredibly busy, way more than usual. So I only managed to get a little bit of footage from the show itself, but thankfully I did manage to pick up some incredible things. Let's get started with this first thing here, which is not just any old PlayStation 2. This is actually a modded PlayStation 2 with a HDMI port there, and a hard drive added, which actually allows you to rip your own games onto the hard drive of the system. But unfortunately, it's been a lot of trouble to try and get working. A lot of games either aren't compatible, don't get read properly by the CD drive in this, and sometimes the HDMI cable didn't work. Sometimes I would have to swap between that and the SCART cable, but through a lot of trial and error, I think I've come up with a really good solution, and now I can actually play most games with it. Unfortunately, it had the problem that a lot of early PlayStation 2s do, which means that the blue discs don't always get read by it. So it is a little bit frustrating in that sense, but if I can get it to read it and burn it into the hard drive, then at least I can play them that way. And plus the fact that it's region free is fantastic, and of course, as always, I really enjoyed looking around Alan's Retro Games, the Japanese game stall there. It's always my favourite one to look around in, and I found this game in the huge stack of PlayStation 2 titles. This is actually the first title in the Castle Shikigami series. I actually already had the second one for the PAL PS2, so I'm really excited to pick up the first one, which I believe was a Japanese exclusive, and it came complete in box with the manual and the disc, and thankfully it was a great test for this PS2 that I got here, and it works absolutely perfectly, and I've been really enjoying giving it a little go whenever I've had a spare moment in the evenings since the event. So really happy to finally have the first Castle Shikigami, of course one of Taito's long-running arcade shoot-'em-up series, which a lot of people still love today, so really glad to have the first entry in that series. Another Japanese PlayStation game, this time for the PlayStation 1, and unfortunately I can't get this one to work on this PS2, so maybe in the future I might need to look into getting a modded PlayStation 1 as well, to be able to play some of the imports from that system, and the game I'm talking about is Ryden Project. Ryden is quite possibly my favourite shoot-'em-up of all time, so when I saw Ryden Project on the same stall as Castle Shikigami, I knew I had to pick it up, and I was really hoping I could actually play it and get some footage for this video, but unfortunately that isn't the case. For some reason it thinks it's a PS2 disc, and then whenever I press play, it just loops back around to the PlayStation menu, so I'm not sure whether it's a setting that I've got wrong on the system itself, or whether it doesn't like the disc, or whether it can't play Japanese PlayStation 1 games. I'll try and find out soon, but I really can't wait to give that a go whenever I've actually got the ability to be able to. Another Japanese game from the same stall. Yes, I picked up quite a lot from here. I did get very excited looking around there. This is another shoot-'em-up, but for the GameCube this time, a system that's not really well known for its shoot-'em-ups. This is Chaos Field Expanded. Another fantastic vertical scrolling shoot-'em-up, and I did manage to get this one to work thanks to the freeloader that I've got for the GameCube, and the game is fantastic from what I've played so far. It's not exactly what I was expecting. It is just a boss rush style arcade shoot-'em-up, but what is there is really cool. It kind of plays like a mix of Radiant Silvergun, the way you've got the sword that can swipe away at the bullets, and kind of just a generic shooter, and I actually think it's really good. Maybe I'll do a full video of it in the future. And it was made by a company called Milestone, which I've never actually heard of before. So let me know down in the comments below whether you've heard of Chaos Field Expanded, and let me know whether you've heard of that developer. It was a game that I had on my wish list for a long time, so I'm really happy to finally have a copy, and also to grow my Japanese GameCube collection, because I just love the little boxes they come in, and it does have some really interesting exclusives too. Now for an unfortunately named game, once again from the same stall. Of course I love my Japanese games, so when I saw this one for the PC Engine, another shoot-'em-up, I should have just called this the shoot-'em-up pickups video. This is Summer Carnival 92. Unfortunately, subtitles Alzadik. So I'm sorry if Al is watching and I offended you there, but that is just the name of the game. And I think it is pretty weird, and I don't know why they called it that. I don't know whether it means anything in Japanese or not. I haven't had a chance to actually play this one just yet, but if you look behind me, I've just managed to figure out all of the cabling to manage to get the PC Engine up and running. So maybe by the time this goes live, I'll have some gameplay over the top. But if not, I'll try and get some gameplay up on my gameplay channel pretty soon, so I'm really looking forward to giving this one a go. Now a game for the GameCube that's not a Japanese game, and I can't remember the store that I got this one from, but this is another game that I've wanted for a while. It's nothing super exciting, and the reason I got this is for a huge YouTube project that I'm doing in the future, all about the Quintet game developer and the kind of spin-offs that they did from this. So this game is actually made by Shade, which is a company that some of the developers from Quintet went on to found after the company split from Enix. It's a huge story. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but the game in question is Mystic Heroes, and the game apparently isn't that great. I played it a little bit to capture just the intro sequence that you're watching right now. I don't know whether I will actually play it. Maybe I will when I get round to doing the video retrospective on the developer in the future, but for now I'm really happy to add this to my Shade collection, not my Quintet collection, even though it's kind of the same thing. Now, another game from Quintet, and I literally just picked this one up for the box because I already have the cart, but it was fairly cheap. So this is Slapstick for the Super Famicom, and it was complete in box because I didn't actually have the manual either, so I'm really glad to have that. There's the manual and a few of the warning things, and the cartridge itself really nice and colourful, which is completely at odds with the American box art. Let me just go and get that and I'll show you a comparison. So here's the Japanese box art, really nice, cute and colourful, little robot adventure game, and it's got a cute little cast of characters on the back, very anime, very kid-friendly, and you wouldn't even realise this was the same game. This is how the exact same game looks in America. Yeah, they went completely sci-fi with it, and it is absolutely nothing like what came out in Japan, even though it's the same game. I just think that is one of the weirdest examples of the West trying to scrub it of anything anime related so that people aren't scared off. So in America it came out as RetroBreak, and in Japan it came out as Slapstick, but they are exactly the same game. And now a game I was super excited to get. I actually got this off my friend Kwang, who I met at the event. He had a stall there, and he let me go around the back of the table to have a look through all the boxes under the table, and I am so grateful that he sold this to me for a really, really good price. This is another game that I've wanted for a long time. I have actually finished it all the way through before because I had a repro cart, but I've never owned the actual full proper physical version until now. It is Resident Evil Gaiden for the Game Boy Color. Complete in box, immaculate condition. The instruction manual especially, when I opened this up, I was just really blown away by the quality, and he sold it to me for a fantastic price because it was my birthday, and he's a great friend and he's a great member of the community as well. So have a look at that. That is absolutely stunning. Not a single scratch on it. It's like it's barely been touched. And the cartridge as well also came in its protective little plastic wrapper as well. So I'm incredibly happy to have this, and for an incredibly good price as well. He actually sent me a screenshot of what it's going for on eBay now, and it's just insane. So Kwang, if you're watching, thank you so much, and good luck with your Game Boy game that you're working on. I can't wait to play it, and I can't wait to make a video on it and show all of my subscribers too. And now for a few other really exciting things that I got for my birthday or around that time. So I'm actually still putting this together. It is a Game Boy Color, so I've been dissecting my old one and adding it into this new shell because my girlfriend very, very kindly got me this custom Game Boy Color shell. Isn't that just absolutely incredible? I think she ordered it from Retro6, which is a UK-based company that does loads of really cool Game Boy modding services and stuff, so that is just so cool. I'm going to order myself an IPS screen to go in it, but I was really excited to open that up. As well as that, I've actually had these for quite a while now, but I've not actually had a chance to talk about them yet, so I'm really excited to show you guys for the first time all of these incredible books that were sent over to me by Geeks-Line Media. So there's one there for the NES. They also sent me here one for the PC Engine and another one here for the Super Nintendo as well, and these are actually incredible books. They're by far the most detailed out of any sort of gaming history book. They go into literally everything you could possibly want to know, including a rundown of all the games. And I will do a separate video in the future, so if you want to see more about them, subscribe and check out my video review on these books. Coming at some point in the future. I'm sorry I haven't got around to it just yet, but definitely subscribe and I will definitely talk about them. I did actually already have this N64 one for quite a while, and it was one of my favourite books, so when they reached out to me to ask if I wanted to cover some of the other ones on YouTube, I said absolutely 100% yes, and I definitely recommend them to anyone who's wanting to get a few more gaming books for your collection. So I'll put a link to their website where you can order them in the description below. And something else super cool, and the guy who made these actually came to my house earlier today to give them to me to show off in this video. So this is what it is. It's basically, hopefully you can see it through the glare on the screen there, they're kind of artworks with a 3D layered effect, the sort of card that's been cut out. But the amazing thing is, on the back here, you've actually got a little pull tab there, and when you pull that out, if I hold that up to the microphone, you can hear that it actually plays music from the games. And not only that, it's also interactive as well. So you put little magnets inside it, and you can actually move the sprites around on the artwork. I thought it was just absolutely fantastic and such a genius idea that I've never actually seen anyone else do that before. So he actually sent me quite a lot of these to show off in the video. So there's a Sonic one there, there's a Animal Crossing one, which is really nice. There is one more that I want to show you right now, which I actually get to keep, so I'm super excited about that, and I'm going to put it up on the wall over there so you'll be able to see it in the videos. He actually made me my own one for RetroBreak. How cool is that? So it's actually like a 3D layered effect, and I really can't wait to get that up on the shelf back there. I think that is absolutely fantastic. So if you want to go and check out his Etsy store, I'll put a link in the description. And the name of his new business is called Arc-Ives. He actually only started it at the beginning of this year, so the fact that he's managed to do so many cool things already is just really exciting, and I really wish him all the best. So if you are interested in picking any of these up, he also does these art prints as well. Let him know that I sent you, and he can sort out some sort of discount for you. And I'm going to try and figure out some sort of competition that we can do in the future to maybe get a custom one, so whoever wins may be able to sort of ask him for your favourite game and then he can make it for you, that sort of thing. Definitely go and check out his Etsy page using the link in the description. So thank you all so much for watching, and Keith, if you're watching, thank you so much for becoming my most recent Patreon supporter. I really do appreciate it. So if you want to go and join Keith and all of the other amazing people at the bottom of the screen right now, have a look at Patreon, links are in the description, and I'll see you very soon for the next episode. Goodbye.